Vipul Oberoi, to drive the discussion with Ms. Ghosh. And Ms. Sudakshina Ghosh, she's a senior director.
Yeah, so again, we also had a big event hosted by SAP a couple of weeks back in Bombay, and I was moderating a panel of CFOs from some of the leading companies in this space. While it was said a few years back that getting to the market first, acquiring customers at any cost, burning through the funds that have been raised. The funding winter is maybe a tipping point that has led to this additional scrutiny of unit economics. But whenever companies have partnered with SAP, and it really doesn't matter, what your top line really is, a lot of the drivers have tended to be the agility of the business model. Sometimes, companies have a very aggressive and ambitious plan of offering different types of products and services from, say, for example, if you're a gaming company, but you want to transition to becoming a full experience provider around the theme of gaming, right? So not only are you operating a full-fledged, full-stack gaming platform, but you also need to offer a marketplace. You also need to know how to orchestrate the customer journey, sure. Right? The customer may come to you at, through any of these products or services that you're offering, right? So this agility, this having an understanding of the value that I'm offering to our customers, how I want to grow, and having an understanding of how I'm going to achieve my path to profitability by not just looking at acquiring customers, but looking at the customer lifetime value, the amount of, how do I measure all the various interactions that I'm having with the customer with a top line impact, right? And how do I shape my company strategy, my growth plan based on some of these metrics? So that is what we are seeing in terms of unit economics.
I think the basic thing is probably this is something which everybody understands. What they lack is the visibility.
Yes.
So if you are talking about supply chain and the chinks in the armor, if you are talking about financial management and where the leakages are happening, perhaps, how do they get that kind of visibility is the whole probably the moot point. And what startup founders typically address that immediate problem, because once you have to get that funding. Second thing, you have to get that customer experience right. Third thing is that you have to build a certain throughput, which is required for building that sustainable business. But in these goals, probably the larger issues or probably the more the grudge work of getting the visibility on the operations of the financial management part is probably gets to the back burner.
It used to perhaps, but not anymore, because if you're looking at not just a path to profitability, but also a path to listing and IPO, the level of understanding of the operations and the operational metrics of your business becomes absolutely key, right? And for that, not only, so there's a lot of data, okay? There's no dearth of data. Data is available in various formats. It can be structured, unstructured. There's a lot of customer data, there's a lot of usage data, and there is business data. But how do we bring these two aspects together to get a sense of my operational metrics and then finally arrive at my unit economics? How do I do value driver-based simulation of what my business is going to look like if this were to happen, or if that scenario were to happen, right? So those are some of the areas where customers have seen and derived the best value from what SAP technology brings.
So you talked about that there's a very keyword if, and these are scenario buildings, and I think that's also what brings that agility. And coming back to what you mentioned, it's ultimately all about agility, whether you're making yourself scalable or you're making yourself sellable and building long-term businesses. And I think that's a great thing what SAP also provides to its founders. Our research here, in fact, we would be releasing it into the public domain very soon. And these are so many interesting facts which I already see here. And I happen to also start reading it as in when we are sitting here also. And if you see, it's also like a brief roadmap on what you should look at. It gives some really relevant statistics, and I'm sure the audience here and the startup founders across India would really benefit out of it.
So just 2 points I wanted to
Please.
highlight, which is the differentiating factor for this report, and thank you to your team for going that extra mile, is there was a sectoral view, right? And some of the sectors such as edtech, agri-tech, health tech, right? Everybody talks about fintech and consumer tech quite a lot because, they are always in the limelight. But these are some of the other sectors where we are seeing a lot of investment, a lot of innovation coming in, and the Dun & Bradstreet team has done a great job in terms of reaching out to the right set of people and capturing those insights and presenting them in a format, that is easy to consume, right? And I'm sure you will drive a lot of value from it. And the final point, and this is just to, just to close out the point about visibility. So no discussion today is complete without a little bit of discussion about AI, right? And what we are trying to do as a company is to ensure that AI is seamless. You don't have to, as a startup founder, you have so many things to focus on. But in terms of getting better understanding of where your business is, how you are functioning, we are doing that work in terms of building those insights into some of these, for example, how your unit economics is going to look like, the scenario modeling, right? So we also have some insights related to that as well, how AI is playing the next generation of defining role again by the sub-segment. We do hope that you get a copy of this report and you do enjoy, reading through some of the insights that the team has put together.
It's truly a blueprint, as we call it, and blueprint for startups to grow. And one of the 2 things, again, I said our discussion revolved around was value creation and sustainability. And I think these are the 2 cornerstones which every
Absolutely.
startup should focus on. And I think we'll have many more unicorns in future.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Thank you, Sudakshina.
Thank you so
for
much, Vipul. I
enlightening our
enjoyed this
audience here.
conversation.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.